but you know that it's around. Maybe it's a vibe, a sensation got you driven that you can't put your finger on. Just got this premonition, something coming up the hall, coming up the hall, coming out the walls, coming to get ya. Coming up the hall, coming up the hall, coming out the walls, coming to get ya.
This is the Sabir Bey Show, West Coast time now. So let me give you a little brief history for those that don't know who I am. And if y'all saw certain YouTube clips, you know the work I've been putting in for the past 14 years. I traveled, toured with KRS-One, Bambaataa. I mean, a whole nine. Big up to Africa Bambaataa because he's overseas, still doing his thing. So he might be calling in, and big up. He's maybe looking at it right now. You know what I mean? Because I gave him the information on Ustream. You stream it. Yeah, here's the calling number right here: 562-213-9644. I'm gonna repeat that again. That's 562-213-9644. And I want to say big up to my man Cora in the studio recording, and actually my man Dre sitting over there. What's up, bruh?
Peace.
Yes, sir, man. I tell you, this is going to be hot, so I'm going to tell y'all, get in where you fit in, East Coast time. Yeah, boy. So we're gonna be holding this thing down. So, again, this show is called Sabir Bey Show, and let me tell y'all, it's going to be fire. But first, before we get started, I want y'all to grab, always like I say back east, grab a pen, piece of paper, pad, because we got up-to-date news. We're going to be dropping law, poetry. I mean, you name it. It's versatile. You know what I mean? This is why we just named it the Sabir Bey Show instead of Civil Alert. You know, we just going to go raw. So with that, I'm going to give y'all time to actually go grab a pen and a piece of paper. But for right now, I'm going to give you a little taste of where I'm from. Then we're going to go to this next track real quick as soon as I can find it. Oh, man, let's look for this track. And this is from a young brother in Philadelphia, man. And when I heard this track, I was like, hold up. It's hot. This thing is hot, man. And the boy's on fire. He reminded me of Will Smith, and it was funny. Oh, yeah, he reminded me of Will Smith, bro. Believe me. And when you hear this track, it's crazy because I'm telling y'all where I'm from. So sit back, relax, grab a pen, tell a friend, call up. Sabir Bey Show, Lakewood, in LA, Urban Soul Radio. We'll be right back.
A Flow Fire production.
Arson Fire!
You know I'm from. You know I am.
Follow me, I'm really with it.
You know I'm from. You know I am. You know I'm from.
I'm from the bottom, West Philadelphia. Born and raised, AK, smoke like a muffler. Play ball in the same playground as Will Smith. Real piss, shoot, hit the hoop, but I still miss. Build this, Philly is the city of the realness. Martin Luther King came to the hood where I still live. See, you didn't know, it's a lot we don't get credit for. Rappers need credit scores, loaning out our metaphors. Rocky Farm, but Philly is where the hearts stay. Cause Sylvester still on that parkway. It's where I met her, think she won the lottery. Want me to take my salary and take her on a shopping spree. To the gallery, that's a Philly insider. New Rocky, no hockey, but I'm flyer. Higher than the Eagles, riding in the Regal. Our Crown Vic, bumping this like measles. I'm follow me, I'm really with it.
Yo. I don't think y'all heard me. We're going to rewind this thing back. I want y'all to pay attention of where I'm from. I'm telling you, let's go back to this track again. Rewind.
A Flow Fire production.
Arson Fire!
You know I'm from. You know I am.
Follow me, I'm really with it.
You know I'm from. You know I am. You know I'm from.
I'm from the bottom, West Philadelphia. Born and raised, AK, smoke like a muffler. Play ball in the same playground as Will Smith. Real piss, shoot, hit the hoop, but I still miss. Build this, Philly is the city of the realness. Martin Luther King came to the hood where I still live. See, you didn't know, it's a lot we don't get credit for. Rappers need credit scores, loaning out our metaphors. Rocky Farm, but Philly is where the hearts stay. Cause Sylvester still on that parkway. It's where I met her, think she won the lottery. Want me take my salary and take her on a shopping spree to the gallery. That's a Philly insider. New Rocky, no hockey, but I'm flyer, higher than the Eagles, riding in the Regal. Our Crown Vic bumping this like measles. I'm
Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised.
follow me, I'm Philly with H-State.
Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yo, higher from uptown Philly, and I'm making them all. Where the fashion is passion, we walking with heart. Artistic to the duffel bit, thugs with trades. With chicks rock skinny jeans and dudes rock fades. It's Philadelphia, where we breeding the braves. Where we starting on the level, you ain't getting your grades. We're frontin' like fire while you're up on your page. That Philly taking over, yeah, we coming of age. For the new artists who making fire for days. Who ain't recognized on BET station airways. I'm dealing, feeling it, distorting your face. Ripping 16 bars, inviting battles all day. Except the cost from the industry not going away. So get the getting while it's hot before I blow in your face. Taking over what they call music today. Cause I'm just too hot to be a demo always.
Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised.
Follow me, I'm Philly with H-State.
Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised.
I'm conceived on the cross that side, southwest side, where they teach bust how to fuck up on that Wild West ride. A bunch of border eyes and reaper smoke when our best die. They free us to teach us too hard for mirage. They see us, Sunnis and divas and men who don't fresh soon to see Jesus. And them kids don't give a frick about truancy neither. That Philly, that blunt, that fuck, what you want, a freaking face pump, Philly pump. 38th Street on that Reno case jump. I seen people get their face stumped. Can't say no side is villa. It's all contained killers and police suspect that ass as if like any other dealer. Man, fuck that. Give me the fist, give me the gist. Give me the fucking freaking wrist. How far I stepped into mental crucifix. I cut us the intro cause I'm looking this slow.
Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised.
Follow me, I'm Philly with H-State.
Philadelphia, born and raised. Because we're born and raised. Philadelphia, born and raised.
Where we at, man? Yo. Welcome back. Now y'all know where I'm from. Philadelphia, born and raised. Tell me about it. That's me? Oh, that's me, man. Can we move this over just a little bit, brother? Welcome back to Urban Soul Radio with your man Sabir Bey, holding it down with Nelson, my man Nelson. Actually, this brother is the owner of the station.
I try not to be. I like
It's
to
all
share.
right. Own something, brother. I mean, not necessarily own. Let's control things. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Because we really don't own anything. We just have
Yep.
to know how to control.
Control it.
You know what I mean? We don't own
Yeah.
nothing. You know what I mean? Just control it. So I want to say welcome back again. That was my man from Philadelphia. Born and raised. Now hit me up and tell me what y'all thought about that one. That's like some Will Smith stuff right there, but it hit me when I was like, I like that. And I said, that's a good intro. And it's crazy how the universe works, man. Like I said, this show is going to be off the hook. It's going to be one of the livest joints that you ever heard. I'm tell you. West Coast, I don't even, somebody said, I see that. You can bring them in, but they said, I don't think West Coast is ready for you. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, if you heard my shows from the East Coast, they was off the hook. No hold barred. So it's time for them to get ready, my man said. So let's take this call before I go back and me start running my mouth again. Let's take this phone call real quick. Who we got on the line?
Caller, speak up.
Hello?
There you go.
Peace. What's up? Welcome to Sabir Bey Show.
What's up? Philadelphia born and raised. It's your boy Dane.
Hey, what's up, Dane? Yo, how you like that track, homie?
Yo, that track is hot, man. That should be on the radio here.
But that's why brother, we trying to get it there. If I was there in Philly still doing radio, it would be on there. That will be in rotation.
That track is hot, man.
That track is sick, man. Oh, we're not finished, brother. We got a whole lot of stuff that people haven't even heard. I wasn't even, a lot of times I post stuff on Facebook, but just before the show, I said I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna give everybody a little shot. You know what I mean? Before we do this, because I don't want nobody. You know, it's a lot of copycats out there. They'll try to take stuff that I'm doing, but once you're the originator of something, nobody can copy it, and that's what I love about it. So it doesn't matter whether I put it out there or not. You know what I mean? But if I was in Philly, brother, this is what you would hear. So, you know,
I believe it. I heard you when you was on the radio there. Okay.
yes, sir. You know, it was fire, dude. The Hip Hop After Midnights was off the hook. You know, in the talk show. So we trying to combine those two. You know, like I said, it's been a long time. You know, I walked away from radio and started doing film, and that's what I wanted to share with people. This is not new to me. This is true to me. I did radio for a minute, you know, and then I just started, you know, doing film, you know, and I just saw myself doing that. Then this opportunity presented itself, and I was like, yo, I need to come back because people saying they missed this. You know what I mean? So this is why I'm back here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give love to Cali too. I've been out there one time, and man, I love it.
Yeah. What is the weather?
I love it.
Is it the weather or the people? Which one is it?
It's actually both. I think the weather makes the people more laid back.
Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Is like the weather is like England, and everybody around here got a mean mug on their face.
Hey, you gotta understand where you at, man.
Politics in the weather here. That's the politics in the weather here.
We call it politricks. That's what we call it.
Politricks.
Yeah, we call it
right.
politricks. So, yeah. So anything else you want to say? Huh?
That's a good name.
It's a good name, ain't it? Politricks. It's tricks, man. So I mean, this is what we're doing here, man. So like I said, we're gonna do this thing out here in LA, trying to bring some fire. Cause we got a lot of people that may be listening. Like I said, some people may say, well, who is this guy Sabir? If they research me, it's nothing new. You can just Google me, or you can hit me up on Facebook, YouTube, The Nine. Everything is there. It's nothing new that I've been, you know, this is not new to me. Like I said, I'm true to this. So,
well, good luck on your new show, man. This is the dude that opened up my third eye. So, good luck on your show, man.
Oh yeah, this is funny because let me share a story with this brother right here. You know, I did a lecture in Delaware one time, and this brother actually drove out there. This was how long ago was that, Damon?
Oh man, this years ago. Man.
Yeah, it was years ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah, and this brother actually was he just came home from I think it was Iraq, and he was going to be a police officer. He said I done messed up his whole life because of what I was sharing with him. He didn't even want to be a police officer anymore. And it's funny because he always remind me of that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, listen, the only thing I can tell you, only thing I can bring is the truth. That's it. You know, that's all I can do. You know, I can't sugarcoat anything at the beginning.
Red pill, blue pill. That's exactly what happened.
Yes, exactly. The red pill or the blue pill. Which one do you want? You know what I mean? That's deep. But yeah, you know, it's a lot of people I touch, and I want to say big up to everybody that's listening or streaming live in the Caribbean also, because I got people right now in the Caribbean. I have people like right now in London, in Canada. You know what I mean? They are listen. It's a big follow. We got a big people. So Dame, I want to say thank you, brother. I know we got 2 hours. I don't know if Brother Nelson what day we're gonna officially do this show on. It's gonna be on a Friday or on a Thursday. So we'll keep everybody updated on what's going on, because a lot of stuff that's being put out here, people don't, you know, they don't talk about on radio. So thank you, Brother Dame, and always feel free to call back. This is one of those shows. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's take this next caller. I'm trying to even introduce myself. I'm trying to, you know.
Hello?
Peace. Welcome to Sabir Bey Show.
Hello?
Yes, peace, brother. Welcome to the Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio.
Yeah, what the song Hot Beams of Arson?
High Beams?
Yes, Arson, yes.
Yeah, that we'll be playing that real soon, but we just getting it in. All right, so that's, you know, this got to be another Philly brother right here calling in for that.
All right now.
Yes, sir. We ain't not doing no free advertisement, man. So put that water down there, man. We don't do free advertisement on Urban Soul Radio. So if you want to advertise, get at us. All right. But let me get into this again. Like I said, I want to introduce myself again. My name is Sabir Bey. I was born and raised, like the song said, in Philadelphia. I did radio out there. And actually, the first time that I, you know, and it opened up a lot of doors. It introduced me to people like Tommy Davidson, like Karis One, Wise Intelligence, which I used to do. Big up to Wise Intelligence. If y'all don't know who Wise Intelligence is, yeah, from PRT, Poor Righteous Teachers. Actually, I had the brother come to Jersey to do a radio show with me, and he used to do a show called The Hereafter with me. So we working on Wise Intelligence, and I to actually do a lecture in L.A. So we working on that. If y'all want to help out, please hit us up or reach out to me on Facebook under Sabir Bey. That's SABIRBEY. Or hit me, email me. It's civalalertworld@yahoo.com, because we're trying to bring some balance back. I used to have a talk with KRS-One. He talked about there's no balance in hip hop anymore. So like I said, a lot of stuff we're gonna build on. We're gonna talk about hip hop and the culture, and it's gonna be a whole lot of stuff. But doing radio in Philadelphia opened up a lot of doors for me with a lot of people, and I met a lot of interesting people. And just working with these people in this industry, man, it was beautiful. It was very beautiful. So now I'm in the West Coast trying to get, do this thing out here, and it's, hopefully we'll make it happen with the help of the people here or wherever you may be at. So what's going on, man? So what's the deal, man? What's up, Nelson?
All kind of stuff is going on, man.
And what occurred in New York there with that young lady, brother?
Yeah, get into the mic, bro. Come to the mic,
bro.
I'm
sorry, the young lady there that was murdered by those police up there.
By the revenue enforcers?
Yeah,
revenue enforcers.
Those
and actually
revenue enforcers. Is
that's
that
the
new name?
No, it's not the new name.
See, you guys got to educate me.
This is what Sabir Bey Show is about, bro. This is about education.
There ain't been no police here since 1790, I believe.
Brother, there hasn't been no police, brother. I mean, the thing is that a lot of people are under the misconception that the police are the police, because it's deep, because they say every generation we lose something, and we don't pass things down like other generations. It was funny because when I was around Paul Mooney said one thing that the Jews will do and they'll never forget, and they'll never let their children forget. He said what happened with our people, we just got comfortable. We got into a comfortable position. So he said you asked them about anything about Mel Gibson. You ask a 10-year-old that, they're going to say, hell with a Mel Gibson. They're going to tell you that. But if you ask our people something like that, or a young child, they're going to be like, huh? Ooh, well, that's old. And this is what is with us. So, again, we're not passing these things down. Like you just said, there hasn't been a police department in a while. It has not been. And they really are revenue collectors. This is why they have to fill the quarter every month. They have to get a certain amount of people. It's all about finances. So in the media, it's like it's all based on illusion, and I want to share this with people, and I want people to look up the Kerner's Commission. And I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No, I haven't heard it.
All right, see, the Kerner's Commission is when it was about dealing with disorderly conducts and people are rioting. It happened. Actually, it was in L.A. One was 1967, and it was what's his name, the president at that time, Eisenhower.
67. Might have been Johnson.
No, Eisenhower, one of them cats.
67.
Nixon. It wasn't Nixon. It was I believe it was then to be one of them. But anyway, Johnson, one of them cats. Johnson. And look it up, the Kerner's Commission, and it will tell you how and why things are the way they are, even to hip hop, even to media. It was to control these things, and it was about the riots. Because if you have an influence on someone, what happens, they're going to follow and try to control you unless they put you out there. And they was talking about in there about get the Christian ministers to do the marching, let him be the heads. You know what I mean? So we would look towards them. See what I'm saying? This is why this is why none of the problems are being fixed. So in there you were actually now look at the music. At one time you had consciousness in music. You had a message in the music, like the Osley Brothers, Voyage to Atlantis. I will always come back to you. What is he talking about? Atlantis. It was people living there. We were living there. It was called Mulantis. So it's a lot of stuff that's there. The elements, Earth, Wind, and Fire. So all these songs had a message in it, even down to KRS-One up to Bambaataa when he's talking about playing around. All these songs had a message. But if you read the Kerner's Commission, you will actually see why we have the Drakes. We have the Lil Waynes. We have the Nicki Minaj's, the misleading our children and then sending them straight to jail. If you listen to the songs, there's nothing positive about it. Now we have the television shows, the reality shows. They're showing us nothing about how much a pair of shoes costs, $700 for a pair of shoes. But people break in. Oh, yeah. Oh, brother, I was watching, I think it was hip hop and basketball or something like that. And this girl went to buy, Jim Jones' girl went to go buy a pair of $700 shoes. And he was arguing with her. I'm like, in their head, people are trying to get that money to make that happen. But you got rent, bills, children to take care of. I just left New York. They had a $275 pair of sneakers in New York. And it was a line almost literally around the corner from Times Square to 125th Street for a pair of Jordans. That was the first week.
Well, you bring up a good point as far as the priorities of our community. I mean, we go to these pep rallies every weekend to get pimped out of our minds by these clergies, and they're, like you said earlier, they were more or less hired or whatever to be the buffer for our community to quell the uprisings, if you will, to make us more passive. We shall overcome, turn the other cheek. And where has that gotten us?
That's true. But again, I want people to look this up. And if I'm wrong, call me up. Prove me wrong, but come with your T's crossed, I's dotted, because I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you to look this stuff up. Like I said, I'm not new to any of these things. I'm true to it, and I'm a researcher. So what happens, now follow me. All this stuff, we spoke about Trayvon Martin, I think, before. We did the pilot before. But if you find, watch what happened with this sister. The sister was in a high-speed chase in New York. She crashed. This is what happened. The cop was trying to get out her car. And see, the thing is that they're just as criminals like everybody else. People don't understand they're just an organized gang. And you study history of the police department, it started out that way. You know what I mean? I tell people the gang members is not the guys on the street. They're not organized. Gangsters wear suits. So you got to understand the history of what is going on. Again, if we're not passing this down from generation to generation, we're lost. So the guy was trying to take her out her car. And what happened, she would not get out the car. You can Google it. Look it up. It's in the news. I mean, well, certain news it may not be in, but you can go and look it up. They shot the sister in the chest. And they shot in the chest because they said she wouldn't get out the car. She don't, my thing is like, how could you make me get out my car if it's something that's mine? Even though she may have been in the wrong.
Well, not only that, the police are trained for levels of acceleration. And only when they're threatened. Where was the threat at when she refused just to get out of her car? Was she brandishing some sort of a weapon or anything?
No, she wasn't.
So where was the justification for them to shoot her the way they did?
Exactly. I mean, the thing is that, again, people take these positions, man, and people, we don't understand the history or the origins of any of these things. None of it. Because, again, if you read the Colonel's Commission, it talks about controlling media, period. It talks about that. It talks about what's need to be played on radio. This is why I steadfast and I do what I do, because I don't want you trying to dictate me on what needs to be. Because news is not a cat being in a tree. The news is not about about did McGreevy get his joint, done up. That's not news, man. That's personal. That's not news.
It should be about what's relevant.
Yeah, that's not news, but you would never hear this on radio. Talked about this. And really, when cops do things to people, you cannot keep saying that is a brutality case, man. That is a terroristic threat. That's what that is. You killed someone. You didn't maim someone. Brutality does not even exist. Let's move it out the way. It doesn't exist.
Well, let's take it even further. Look who this keeps happening to.
But again, you have to read. You have to study history. You have to study these things and find out why they are the way they are. And they have to put these certain people. Like I always say, you have the wrong people in the right places. It is not. If anyone has a law dictionary, regular Webster's dictionary, and I would tell people, get a pen and a piece of paper. You should always have a law dictionary, a thesaurus dictionary, a unabridged dictionary, so you can understand all these languages and look up what they're saying. When you hear one of these politicians say this, look it up. Look up what they're saying. Look up what they're saying. Terroristic threats is actually international and it's constitutional. You can't shoot someone and run around and say it's brutality. Brutality does not exist. That is, you're killing someone. If I walk into a building, if I walk in the middle of this place right here and say there's a bomb in here, they will arrest me for saying terroristic threats, right? But you can maim someone, kill that person, shoot them like 50 times, and you want to call it brutality, and we're going to march on it under the Civil Rights Act? Come on, man, something's wrong. People get it right.
Well, let's look at the reality of this. You're dealing with shadow property. All right? Property is just like a lame horse. Mm-hmm. They'll shoot a lame horse to put it out of its misery. 14th Amendment slaves are shadow property.
Okay, we don't want to go that far away from that. I understand that. We want the basic fundamentals with people, because right now people don't even. We got to understand the police. We got to understand this system, period. And it's, and people say, well, you're anti. You can never be anti anything. Even that word, when people say, well, people are anti-Semitic, you can never be anti something that you are.
Well, the reason why I brought that up, 1933, you got the Tradings with the Enemies Act.
That's true. And this is where the movie with Will Smith came from. They're telling y'all what's going on.
Which movie was that?
Enemy of the State with Will Smith.
Enemy of the State.
Everything.
You have to look at the movie and find out how with the Trading with the Enemy. You can look this up, people. Look up the Trading with the Enemies Act, and it will tell you how they made. That's why they're saying it also domestic and foreign. They're saying these things, but the thing is, you have to understand the law. And you thinking the only way that you understand the law is by you going to an attorney. They don't know the law. They deal with procedural law. And it's not law at all.
Well, this is the reason why I brought up the 14th Amendment, because it alludes to 1933's Trading with the Enemies Act.
Yep.
And then it alludes to the Kerner Report, because it all ties in.
Yes, it all ties in. But hit us up, 562-213-9644. Again, that's 562-213-9644. You listen to the Sabir Bey Show. Tell me what your thoughts are right now. I was going to say something crazy. I had to think about it for a minute. See, I had to freeze for a moment. But yeah, but that's terrible, man. What happened? And we got to, honestly, man. Sometimes I say we got to boot these cats out, man. These wrong people in the right place, cats.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I got a question. I was just reading a second ago. I don't know if you heard about it. Just to kind of switch the subject.
No,
why did Chris Brown and Drake get into a fight? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, you know what, man.
I was like, wait
Over
a minute, are you
Rihanna.
serious?
Listen, brother. To me, it's a game of distraction. My thing is that I can't get caught up in that. You got to understand, again, going back to Kerner's Commission. You got to go back. When you study the history, I've been in many debates with people, and I stopped it because I saw what was going on. They'll feed off of that. That's not news, man. We need to fix in-house. And what happened when you talk to Bambaataa, Bam would say, family fight, but get it together. And the reason, okay, let's go a little further. KRS One would say, the reason why things happen in hip-hop is because hip-hop won't unite. They'll pick the bad. I don't want to dwell on that bad part. I would love to talk to with both of them. You know what I mean? And say, yo, brother, we got to stop this madness. This is insane. I don't want to entertain that, because they feed off the ignorance. And both of them is going to lose anyway, regardless.
Well
I mean,
said.
because they're going to be paying somebody somewhere. So, again, because of what we see on TV and what we hear on the radio is why these things are happening.
I agree.
Everything has a cause and effect. See what I'm saying? Cause and effect. The music. It's in your subconscious mind. We're listening to this type of stuff, so now we want to start acting these things out. And this is what is happening. You got to go back to the root. Everything has a root on why it's happening. And if you study the Kerner's Commission and COINTELPROB and all these other things, you will find out why. I was talking with a sister the other day. I said, even with our families, they'll make you separate because the woman will be making $80,000, you making $20,000. The woman would think she wears the pants now and want to do X, Y, and Z with you and pitch you out because she says you're not doing enough or you're not doing this. You know what I mean? Instead of you taking your 20, her 80, and making it 100. See what I'm saying? If we taught that way, and that's why I love being around teachers. Real teachers. And also with KRS One, we say, yo, lose your job and find your work. Everybody got it in them. You know what I mean? All this misinformation, brother, that we got to clear up. I know we probably can't do it in 2 hours on this show, but we're going to try to get something, and we would like your opinion on it. But hit us up in the studio at Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio. What else we got going on, man? Move a little further. You know what? And actually, I want to bring this up before we get into this next track. And I know y'all never heard this track before. This is the first time y'all heard this, but this is class in session right now. This is an article, right? That we was in DC as a sister, my co-host from Civil Alert Radio. She was in DC and she picked this up. Now I'm gonna show y'all something. This article, and I want to show people this article, man. And see, and I'm gonna show you what the media does and why.
The article came from where?
This came from the Ohio newspaper, 1938.
Whoa, 1938.
1938 Herald newspaper. Let me show you how deep this thing go. This article says, will Spain once more fall before the same Moorish tribes that conquered her in 711.
Whoa.
Let me repeat that again. I don't think y'all heard what I just said. I don't think y'all heard what I said. Remember I told you every generation loses, right?
Wow.
We're not passing these things down. It says, will Spain, well, I'm going to read it again. Will Spain once more fall before the same Moorish tribes? It didn't say Moorish tribes, it said tribes that conquered her in 711. And in the article, it speaks about Charles Martel. People look up Charles Martel or Charles the Hammer. Charles the Hammer was the one who defeated the Moors in 14, no, it was earlier than that. It was a little later than that. But anyway, the history, it breaks it down in here, and it actually describes who the Moors are in there. But what I'm saying to y'all is that you got to understand the media. You have to understand how they set these things up in the media. Now today, the Moors are on some type of paper terrorist list. When I tell people, when a cop give you a ticket in a car, or they threaten to pitch you out your house, or they threaten you to pay a bill, that's paper terrorists. That's terroristic threats.
That's correct.
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
If you don't apply, if you don't, submit to it, they're going to do what? Take your property from you, take your car, all of that. And you cannot take property without due process. Again, you got to study the history.
That's right.
It cannot take property without due process. That means for those laymen's, even those attorneys that may be listening, that means you must have a hearing or you must have a jury of your peers. Don't let nobody come in with this craziness and say it's not that. No, jury of your peers, or you got to have, jury of your peers, just period. People that know you. I mean, come on. You have to have a hearing on these things. So all these things is happening. But when people say, well, the Moors are paper terrorists, you got to study the history on why. They can never allow this stuff to come back out. 1938, come on, man. You got to study the history about what took place in 711.
Well, it's all propaganda.
But I want to play this track, y'all. Hit us up in the studio. My man Nelson, we want to play this next track because I want you to listen to this track very close because I don't think, and we're going to get into this thing about what Obama just signed. He did I think it was a policy.
The immigration.
Yeah,
situation.
Man, we're going to build it up. But I want y'all to sit back and listen to this next track by my man KRS-One and Man Lion. If you never heard this, and tell me what y'all think. We'll be right back. Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio. Welcome back to Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio. And we got this little announcement we got to make real quick for everybody.
You got to make me do it, man.
Make you do it. We're not making you do it.
I know, it's something that needs to be done.
I'm not the radio.
I'm not the government, brother. I ain't
it's
making
business,
you do it.
It's just business.
I'm not the government. I ain't got a gun.
We're just going to shoot a little, just a little tiny disclaimer out there that, the information is brought to you by the Sabir Bey Show does not necessarily reflect the opinions and beliefs and values of Urban Soul Radio and its affiliates. So we're just kind of shooting that out there right there. And we got on with the show.
Yes. Welcome back. I like, it's funny. I like live radio, man. I like, the realness, and we shooting this. This is going to be actually a video also. So we're going to be doing a reality show with this thing. We're going to take it everywhere.
Next time I'm going to comb my hair.
He got jokes, y'all.
That's right.
He got jokes, y'all.
That's right.
That track that y'all just heard was from Man Lion and KRS-One. Tell me what y'all thought about it. Fire. And Chris was going in saying 80% of control is mental.
That's the one thing I miss about the whole hip hop game in a whole. There's no story in today's hip hop versus the hip hop of yesterday and the old school hip hop artists. Right?
But this is why we bringing it back. This is why it needs to. And I'm gonna tell y'all. See, this is why I say it's been a blessing just to be around Chris, Bam, and big up to Dougie Fresh and Jill Scott. Actually, I was just talking to Dougie Fresh just before I came in here. Him and Jill Scott's doing a show in Chi-Town. Nice. You know what I mean? So they'll be here next month. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be in the place. We're gonna try to get Doug up in here also. So
that'd be great.
Oh, it's gonna happen, brother. I'm telling you, y'all. You don't know, brother, what we got going on right now, man. Yeah. So it's gonna be hot. So big up. They're gonna be at the one pavilion. He said in Chi-Town. So if you in Chi-Town, go check out Dougie Fresh. Tell him you said you heard Sabir Bey mention it. So, it's going to be fire, man. So next month they will be here. I will be in the place. We will try to get Doug here. We will try to get Bam. We're going to get a whole lot of people coming through Urban Soul on the Sabir Bey Show coming up real quick, man. But that track, y'all just heard, I don't know, man, if, YouTube it. It's fire. And if you listen to what Chris was saying in there, he was talking about how Cortez took the people's will to resist. You gotta understand history, man. Took the will, they studied their religion, and took their will to resist. The same thing they did to our people. They took your land from you and they gave you their Bible. This is what they have done. This is, no cut, no corners. This is what they have done. So what happens, what he's saying is the same thing that Cortez did, they did it to us. So they mastered it. They said, okay, we got them. Let's do this to them. We just give them the religion so they won't fight. And that's the whole thing of hope. I remember when Trayvon Martin's case was going on, they kept saying, well, we hope. We get a conviction. But when you keep hope alive. So when you hope, when you make somebody deal with hope, you're not going to fight anything. It ain't going to happen. There's no resistance. This is why he's going back to Kerner's commission again, because what happened, they already had this stuff planned. It's basically is there. So now this is why we have the young sisters dressing the way they are. This is why we have the underage pregnancies and all this other crazy stuff that's going on right now, because we don't, number one, have no real music on the radio. We don't have no real music, stuff that we see on TV. None of this stuff.
You know what's cold about that? We talk about bringing hip-hop back. It never left.
I was going to say that too. It never, and that's the thing. People, Bam, right? Africa been bothers over Italy right now, DJing. You know what I mean? People think that he fell off the map. No, and he's educating.
But what they think hip-hop is, they think it's music. It's not music. It's an attitude. It's a revolution.
It's a culture, like Chris says.
That's right.
Culture. Rap is something you do. Hip-hop is something you live.
That's right.
And, we got to understand the difference between the two. We got to understand what hip-hop really is. Hip-hop's a culture. When they say when you hip to something. When you hip to it, you hop out on what you know.
Well,
that's hip-hop. It's a cultural thing.
Sir.
So we got to, don't get it twisted. A lot of these cats, Chris still torn. You got Wise. You got brothers are still doing their thing, man. It's no different. You know what I mean? But this particular track that I like, that when Chris was going into the history, where you going to get that from? Brother Nelson just said that's storytelling.
Well, here's the cold-blooded part, though. They talk about being relevant. That's the popular word out here in the community.
What is being relevant?
Exactly. That's my question.
Rolling Stone is relevant. They don't call that old school. Rock and roll do that.
Well, our community is kind of bought into the media.
Again, you got to understand the media, and this is why this is important. You got to understand. Brother, we can go there. With that, let's talk about this thing with Obama real quick. Oh,
Gather round.
We don't want you yet, man. Freeze, Chris. Hold up. See how Chris?
That's pretty hot, though.
See that Leo coming out?
I thought you wanted to play in the background. I was ready to drop it down to the back and let it roll.
Yo, see how that Leo go out? Chris is that Leo. Like, he just love to take charge on things, man. That's the Leo.
What's with our grand president, though?
Oh, yes. Let me. And this is to all my Mexican brothers and sisters that's out there. And yes, they're your brothers and sisters too. And Mexico just means mixed people. It was saying that the parents that have children that's immigrants over here, they can get jobs. My thing is, like, it was funny when I heard it. I'm like, wait a minute, how could you take and say that they're immigrants? And people don't understand that. Immigrants, you can't be immigrant in your own land. That's California is Mexico.
That's
and actually,
right.
For those that want to do the research and study, California actually comes from a sister, Califa.
That's right.
Arizona was founded by a brother, Estevanico. I'm telling you history facts that you can research yourself. Estevanico, and it sounds like a Spanish name, right? But he founded Arizona. Google it, people. It's not against the law to think yet. But look these things up. Estevanico.
Yeah, he founded quite a few things.
But the history is that you can't say that somebody's a foreigner in their own land, and what laws and he said policies actually that he said they passing for that. And then again, we say this country. What's the name of the country? This is a country that has no name. America is a continent. That's north, south, and central. And see these things. This is why I said this is a learning tool. This is what the Sabir Bey Show, the Civil Alert Show, is about. We bring this type of information back to people. So not it's to take back through your knowledge. Take it back with your knowledge. And then we won't have so much ignorance. People say, well, yeah, we need more prison. No, we don't. If we were living in a just society and told the truth about something, we would just say, look, we need hospitals because he might be kind of sick from what he's doing. But the truth is not being told to people.
Can you elaborate a little bit on America in terms of North, South, Central America? That was pretty interesting.
Well, Canada would be America would be all the islands from Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, Haiti, Venezuela, all of that. All that will be America. That's the American islands. Canada also, that's from North, South, and Central. But when we talk about the United States, we're talking about a geographical area which sits inside D.C., which is a District of Columbia area. D.C. is a district. That's all you have to do, people, is pick up and read the Constitution. A good book that people can read is called A Country with No Name. I'm going to repeat that again so people can write this down. The book is called A Country with No Name by Garcia Sebastian. De Garcia Sebastian. And in there, he actually talks about how this country has no name. So when we say a country with no name, we're not, it doesn't have one. And I beg the difference. If somebody can prove to me, call me up. We got time. We going to be here for like another hour because it doesn't have an hour and 10 minutes.
So what are we in?
We are in, we are in the country of California.
Yeah, that's right. Because each nation is its own.
We are in the country of California. Each country has its own independent flag with the red, white, and blue. Now, because of schooling again, because we all went to their school system, now we're saying country without even look the words up. Like I said on my shows, never take my word for it. Do your own research. Start questioning these politicians, or you can tell them to call me. I don't have a problem with that one. They can call me up. But hit us up in the studio, 562-213-9644. You listen to Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio.
Don't go too far away from me, brother. What happened to the United States?
What is it? It's a metaphor. The United States is basically it's D.C. That's all it is. We have to, again, have to study these things, and that's why I tell people to get the book. The book will break it down so easy, and this is way before I studied this. Way before that, I mean, you just Google it. You can Google it and find out the difference between a country and a continent. It's something that they created and formed from them for themselves. So when you read, go with history, man. Congress cannot make a person a citizen.
So it sounds like to me you're talking more like a company.
It is.
It is versus a. It is. Was this a republic at one time? I think?
Well, I mean, if anybody said the Pledge of Allegiance, I mean, say the pledge. I mean, y'all out there in the listening audience, say the pledge
for
which it stands. It didn't say democracy. Democracy does not exist. See what I'm saying? So we gotta, read the Constitution. It's nothing far fetched that I'm bringing, and I hope I'm not preaching to the choir. I just want to enlighten people on what we're, seeing and hearing daily. Because if you say the Pledge of Allegiance, it's going to say to the republic for which it stands, or does it say to the democracy for which it stands? See what I'm saying? So
why are we voting?
Well, the thing is, I mean, what do you mean by voting?
Well, you got this election coming around November. Here, you got these two candidates, vying for position here, discussing issues that are supposedly affecting the so-called citizens.
Well, you know what's deep? Before you could vote one time, you had to know something pertaining to the Constitution. You had to know the Constitution before you can vote. Because, again, people have been dumbed down by the school system, and a lot of these politicians or politicians, we know nothing anymore. We think we know everything, and know nothing. The simplest thing, what I just said to you, is recite the Pledge of Allegiance. If we go into, what is it's the Pledge of Allegiance, and it's something else that said the Republic, Article 4 in the Constitution. It says every state of the union guarantees a Republican form of government. The Constitution says that. Is that anti-something? No, it can't be. It says every state of the union guarantees a Republican form of government. Republic means back to the public. Democracy means demos krasik. It's a Latin and Greek word, which means demon krasik.
Like demon?
Yes, demon, which means the majority rules. See, and this is nothing new that I'm bringing. What Malcolm was building on. Malcolm said in a republic, in one vote, one count. Democracy, the mob rules, and that's all democracy means. It means the mob rules. So no matter what you're saying, but this is what they created their United States under.
So let me ask you about the immigration issue, where our illustrious president is now opening the floodgates, so to speak.
Well, he has to do certain things, and I share that with people. It's like, we was involved in slavery and everything else, so people get thinking it's Europeans that enslaved. It wasn't just Europeans; it was our people. We enslaving each other right now.
Well, isn't it a sense that he's getting ready to enslave them as well?
Well, not necessarily. Let me tell you one thing about them. Let me tell you something about so-called Mexicans, and I say that because they have teams, brother, and don't get it twisted. Just like the Chinese right now, they have teams, and they know exactly what they're doing. They know. That's all I'm saying. Just watch them. Watch what they're doing. My thing is that you got to understand and study the history You have to study the history about what's going on, and it's you got to understand, you know. And I don't like to come down on him, and it's not me coming down on him, because I understand what's going on with Obama. I understand he's under pressure. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, we still have to teach. We have to teach the people. I mean, like I said, this is not a democracy. I already broke it down. Look it up for yourself. Pick up the Webster's, like I said. Look up and find out what a democracy is. It means the demon rules. So if you're constantly lying to the children or lying to the youth, this is what you're going to get. You can't get mad at a child and tell a child that don't tell a lie when you're constantly telling lies.
Well, can I ask you something? You know, we're supposed to have faith in our brother, Obama, to maybe do the right thing here in office. But what is he really the president of? I mean, if there's no republic here and it's run by criminals, basically, is what you're saying, is what it sounds like, then
sounds gonna be deceiving. I didn't say that though.
No, I'm just gathering what I'm hearing. And so, okay, if he's dealing with all these criminals here, what can he really accomplish for
He's
the people?
basically is a CEO of a corporation. That's
Right.
all you gotta do is look it up. We got a phone call. Let's take this phone call. Caller, welcome to Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Wow, I got in again.
Oh, you got
Yo,
it.
thing.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, yo? Y'all hit a sensitive subject.
You said sensitive
About
subject.
Presidential election. I'm trying to teach people out here that your vote don't count, and it's in the Constitution. The Electoral College votes in the president. The popular vote don't count at all.
Exactly. It's and no one runs around with an electoral card in their pocket.
And if you don't believe me, you can look up Electoral College in the Webster Dictionary, and it'll tell you exactly what they do.
Exactly, and this is what I'm talking about. See, the thing is that we're following people blindly. We're really, you know, and like I said, you got the sheep and the shepherd. You know what I mean? What does sheep do? You know, what do? They just follow, right? Instead of questioning. I'm not a Christian like that, but I know the Bible says question all things and answer what is true. I believe it's in there. You know, I'm not a Christian like that, but I do have the book. You know, but like I tell people, just don't go by the book. Let's go in the book and find out what's going on.
And
you know,
you gotta ask these so-called radio personalities who keep promoting, go out and vote and get your ID straight so you can go out and vote for Obama, like Sharpton, Paisley, and all the rest of them. Tom Joyner, Steve Harvey, all of them out there leading their own people the wrong way.
Leading them in the burning house.
We need to be protesting to get rid of Electoral College so we can get the power to the people. And like you said, republic.
Yeah, and that's why I played that song
in school. Back to the public.
And that's why I played that track. People make the world go round. The people, we the people, not the persons in the 14th Amendment. We the people of the United States that form a more perfect union. So what are we dealing with? You know, so this is what we have to do, empower the people. And some people, I'm going to tell you, brother, they are really afraid. And I don't understand. Fear is false evidence appearing real. I'm going to repeat that again. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It is not real. So people, honestly, if you want to change within yourself first. Get educated, get knowledge. And this is why I play the tracks that I play, because this is the type of stuff you're not going to hear on certain radio stations. It's to get you to start thinking. You got to start changing the people's thinking. That song said changing the people's thinking. Remember that song I just played when I came in? Changing the people's thinking. Like, the song was saying that. It was going through it. It said it. But you got to understand the history of music and what took place.
I was arguing with an old head the other day about this presidential election and the Constitution. You don't even have a copy of the Constitution.
You better get a copy.
People, look, you got to get a copy of the Constitution. This is what this man told me to.
Yes.
The Black's Law Dictionary, a law dictionary, and the Constitution.
Yeah, you have to get those things, man.
Everything's in writing. That's where they beat us. They say, if you ever want to hide something from a thief, hide it in the book.
And they lie and bury it in the library.
Yep. Lie and bury it. Yep.
That's all they do.
Right.
Language is very important, man. And I want to thank Professor Burton, Brother Abdullah Bey for actually teaching me the etymology of origins of words, man, because that is so important, brother. So and say, oh, you playing with words, you playing with pun, you're doing it. No, it's etymology. It's the origins of words, man. We got to study these things. Go ahead, bro.
English language was actually built to have a double meaning, and so do the words in the Constitution have a double meaning.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna let it go. I'm done.
I want to play the advocate here, because a lot of people that will tune in, they'll be like, "What the heck is he talking about? Don't vote." So I'm just going to take a step back. How do people get in office if you don't vote? How do the person that you want to get in office get there if they don't vote?
Okay, let me share.
I mean, I'm on the opposite end.
I'm with you on that.
This is how you have a conversation. But you can't have everybody agreeing.
Exactly. Brother, I'm with you on this. But listen to me. The thing is, number one, it's about money.
Right.
This is what this thing is about. Seriously, it's about money.
Okay.
And I would never tell a person not to, but I would tell you to get educated on it so you can actually make them do what they supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time a president was elected by the people?
No, but that's true.
I mean, but that's where I'm lost at. So we the people supposedly voted, and that's how we got the president in office that we have. Am I right?
The people didn't elect the president.
Who elected the president?
It's
the Electoral College.
Electoral College.
The House of Representatives.
The last person to get elected, and I can't remember the president's name.
John F. Kennedy.
It was 1800.
No, 1961. 1961, brother. John F. Kennedy, and you saw what happened to him. Yes, sir. And you saw what happened to him.
Are you sure about that?
No. It was before that. I just don't know the exact date. Maybe somebody's...
No, he said the last president.
No, he said elected by the people.
Yes.
That's what he's talking about. Elected by the people.
Yes.
By the people.
Not the Electoral College.
What I understand, and I have to look it up to be absolutely sure.
It's earlier than that. But what happens if the people... Let me try to answer what Nelson is saying.
Mm-hmm.
If the people were educated on what I just said,
mm-hmm.
what I just said to you,
mm-hmm.
before you can vote...
Right.
You have to know a section or something in the Constitution. If you walk out here today
mm-hmm.
and ask somebody to quote a piece in the Constitution, they may just say, we the people. They might just say that.
Mm-hmm.
But do you really understand the Constitution? Do you really know the Constitution? Before you can vote, you had to know something
mm-hmm.
in there. So once you know, you can have that power to move these things. Number one, it says we the people. We are not a people.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, let's get that straight.
Mm.
People are nations.
Mm.
Nations have nationalities.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So this is what I'm talking about. We can't, when we talk to blacks, this is why a lot of stuff we can't get done. When you talk to black people, they'll say, no, the 14th Amendment made me a citizen. Well, read the 14th Amendment. It says all persons born or naturalized are subject to the jurisdiction thereof and are citizens of the United States. Now, do I have a Constitution in front of me? I'm telling you from the top of my head what it says. Now, you go read it. Persons in law is dealing with corporations. Has nothing. You have a natural person and an artificial person. They never did tell you the difference. But when you look up people in the law dictionary, it's going to tell you a nation. A nation is going to link you to a nationality, right? To make things move.
Okay.
This is how we make it move. So once you understand that, and start dealing with the Constitution of a republic. This is a republic, not a people. You have to first be educated on this to make the moves. When you read the Constitution, it talks about no one but a natural born citizen or a citizen before the adoption of this Constitution can hold any office of presidency. That's what it says in the Constitution, right? Look at that for a minute. No one but a natural born citizen or a citizen before the adoption of this Constitution can hold any office of presidency. Well, were black citizens before the adoption of the Constitution?
No.
No. Are they now? No. Where? There's no documents. See, you got to start with that first before we talk voting for anybody.
So, question: when an artificial person is what you're describing, cast a vote in this country,
you can cast.
Is it counted?
No, it's not. It's a privileged. This is why Bush did what he did.
Well, here's the question: is whether they cast it or when they cast it is the question. Are they counted as a whole person?
No, they're not. This is why he did what he did back then. He disrespected us. He didn't. He understands the law, brother. He understands it. So we don't understand the law. We think we do because we have these PhDs, CBSs, NBCs, and all these other titles behind our name, and really you don't know. Because if I just said this to you, no one but a natural born citizen, we're talking about a natural born citizen. Malcolm used to say being born here don't make you a citizen.
So that's what we're going to say. Are they talking about just of the United States, or what exactly are they saying? A natural born citizen.
If a person has a nationality,
of
number one, what is your nationality? Natural born citizens, and in any law dictionary is going to tell you who they are. This is why they had to get someone like Obama that was mixed. His mother was a European. He was from African, so-called.
Right.
Natural born citizens, if you look up in law dictionary, it will tell you what a natural born citizen is. His mother is that.
Right.
Your lineage come from your mother, not your father. That's what they say.
Right.
Lineage come from your mother. So now all these brothers that is educated, that have these degrees, why do you think they never could ever be a president? Because they're not a citizen.
I got to play devil's advocate.
Sure.
And hold on. An artificial person can also mean a corporation.
Yes.
Well,
but that's what it is. But this is what I'm saying. We don't want to go off, but he just asked me to explain why. And I'm trying to give the people why. You have to study history first.
You have to say natural born person to distinguish what person means in the Constitution.
And
person can mean a corporation or an actual person, natural born person.
well,
Damon, we got to take this other caller, brother.
I'm gonna pull him in. Let him
Okay, pull him in. Hold on one second.
I'm not going to disturb you again, brother.
No, it's all love, fam.
Everybody's connected, so you can take the next caller.
Let's take this next caller.
Go ahead.
Welcome to Civil Alert Radio. What's going on? Tell me where you calling from.
Peace. This is St. Asha.
Oh wow, this is
calling from Atlanta.
This is actually my co-host from Civil Alert. All the way from ATL.
He's still on, so you can see.
Yeah, what's going on, Sam?
Yes, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
One, when George Washington was appointed back in the late 1700s, did that serve as the actual model of the present-day Electoral College?
Wow.
And then my second question is, what is negative law and positive law, and does that lead to the clues which proves that the descendants of quote-unquote Africans are not citizens of the United States?
Wow, and she talking about that for everybody.
I mean, you went there, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, listen, brother. Listen, brother. You don't understand. This is what we do. This is what we do, brother. And this sister came a long way with fire, brother. Believe me. This is what we do on these shows because it's needed. In what she just brought up about the negative and the positive law, we got to study law from a law standpoint, you know.
No.
But let me go into repeat that again, Sanasha. What you just said about the whole president thing.
Oh, when George Washington was appointed in the late 1700s.
Yep.
Did that serve as the model of the Electoral College?
Yes. Our modern-day Electoral College. Yeah, because what happened, it was done by the people. It was actually done by the people. It was totally different. It was totally different at that time. You know what I mean? But, you know, I would say, yes, that was the model right then and there.
your Congress still represented the people.
Exactly. And the same thing.
Our nationality.
Exactly. And that's the same thing with the sheriff's department. See, all that, the Congress still represented the people. But see, the things, you have to be the people first. See what I'm saying? To make these things move. And the same way out here, the sheriff used to work for the people, but they don't work for the people no more. They work for the municipalities. They see what I'm saying? So it's the same exact thing. Again, it's a positive and the negative law. The positive law would be the right law, or de jure law, I would say.
What's been ratified by the people.
Exactly. So and again, in a Republican form of government, the people have to say so, not the system. It's the people who have to say so, but we have to be re-educated on this.
Negative law is just the opposite.
Exactly.
What has not been ratified by the people.
Exactly. And the people are the only ones that can change the Constitution. A lot of people don't know that neither. You know, so there's, you know.
No.
Go ahead, Sin.
Go ahead.
You know, you do this. You're not new to this. You true to this too.
Oh my. Yeah, now what you said about ratification, something that was pointed out to me by an elder was that in order for the resolutions to actually become like real law, a convention actually has to take place, and the last convention that took place was when the Constitution was first brought forth.
Exactly.
Can you all highlight or share anything or point to any reference materials about that?
Well,
'Cause, and it's so tripped out because I bring this up because for the longest, every time I would see the word convention in the Constitution, I just envisioned like the little forum that they have at the House where you have this House of Representatives and a senator getting together, talking about the different bills and stuff. I had no idea that it's just like a real convention is something else different than that.
Well, in a sense, sis, I think a convention is just that, because a quorum is, I forget the actual numbers of the majority, but it's a certain number of majority that ratifies the vote. So in a sense, they could be hanging out in their houses,
That's how everything got started, though. The same thing we used to do when we used to have our round tables. We had our roundtable discussions. It was the same thing again, but the people had to be educated on what a nation and what people are. You know what I mean? It's the same. It's the same. Scenario. I know again that we can't try to get all this in one show. You know what I mean? It has to be, a continuous basis that we do this. And I always love to have Asha share because she come with some stuff, Jack. If I'm slipping, she's on me. I'm gonna tell you. I may get frustrated with a lot of things, but she come with some fire, man. And I want to say big ups to my brother Taj Sabir Bey, which is my elder, my teacher, brother Taj. Anything else you want to share, Senator, before we go to this break? I'm gonna take this break real quick.
Yes, big props to Taj. He is a guiding and shining light for many people.
Yes.
He's a lot of people's teachers.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes, another thing too something that came across my mind when I was looking at the Declaration on the rights of indigenous people.
Oh yeah. Explain that to everybody.
The melanin dominant. I'm sorry.
Explain that to everybody real quick for everybody, so because people don't really understand. That's going back to the whole indigenous piece about the making the Mexicans and blah blah, getting jobs and stuff here.
Yeah, from what I gather, this declaration is actually an extension based on the Human Rights Declaration, which is an actual international treaty. And this piece was actually put together to address the infringement of people's rights, discrimination, and the right to self-determination for the indigenous peoples of the world. So one thing that I noticed from looking at the UN site, and when they have the General Assembly and when different people come from all over the world, I tend to always see people who are not considered to be the original people of the planet. So my question is,
what you mean, Europeans?
If the melanin-dominant man and woman are the first people, the first humans of the planet, why is it that right to this day, like in North America specifically, and I'm specifically speaking of Central North America, which is now known as the United States, why is it that a lot of the people here right in these states, when the word indigenous comes up, they automatically disassociate themselves from being a part of that original indigenous family, and they shift it to some other people who really are not the original people of the planet. And I will hang up and listen on that.
Okay, thank you, Sanasha. Always a pleasure to have you here. We got to take this real quick break. Station ID, I believe it is.
You got to come to L.A. I got to meet you.
Yeah, she's coming. She's coming, brother. Oh, we gonna bring the fire to L.A.
But I'm enjoying. We'll meet one day.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we're gonna take this break real quick. We'll be right back. I'm on your side. What? This is the type of stuff you should have on the radio. This is what radio is supposed to be about right here. That right there. My man M1 from Dead Prez. Until we get there. Him and K9. Yo, let me tell you, man, just being around these types of dudes, man, it's like it makes me move even further, man. I'm like, keep on this path, man. It's a rough path, but stuff like that, man, when I first heard this with M1, I almost cried. Yeah, I got a sensitive side. I almost cried, bro, because that track was sick. And if we actually play this type of stuff, just imagine the energy. I mean, how we can change things. There's another track that I did want to play, but actually I'm gonna get that together. But I want to answer real quick what St. Asha was talking about the whole indigenous piece. The reason why these things are happening is because we are not acknowledging on who we are. if it's all you focusing on is that we came here on slave ships, you know what I mean, and and they educated you, that's all you're going to get. And this is what they pushing out here in media. A lot of our people are indigenous to this land over here. Don't get it twisted. There's many books out that has been written on the African presence in early America, from Ivan Van Sertima. Another great book is called Ancient and Modern Brits, about the and this book, Ancient and Modern Brits, was done in 1884 by a guy by the name of David McRitchie. I'm going to repeat that again a little slower, so maybe you can look it up. The book is called Ancient and Modern Brits by David McRitchie, and the book was written in 1884 about the African tribes called the Lenni-Lenapes in America. Now, you go ask the teachers why that's not being taught in school.
All right, so is this the reason why we're not getting human rights? Is because you're saying we're not acknowledging who we are? Well, who are we?
I mean, we are Moors. We can say we're Moors, we're Cherokee, Choctaws. Those are subtitles of what we are. Choctaws, Blackfoots, Nanacos, all these are European names, though. First of all, that's not what we call them, but we was called the Ananu Wiat was one. Lenni-Lenape means original people, but we have ownership over here also. But if your history is being taught by someone else, see what I'm saying? If it's taught by someone else and that's all they're teaching you is that they brought you over here on slave ships, you're not going to deal with no human rights violation. This is why they can kill a brother and get away, or sit behind a desk and get paid. They've been on administrative leave.
So is there a consensus out here somewhere that we're all supposed to acknowledge ourselves as being Moors?
Well, I mean, if they study Noble Drew Ali, who came in the 1913s and started teaching our people, this is not a mystery. He's been here since 1913 and transcended in 1929. He was trying to tell our people back then who we are. But again, you have people who try to, and this is why I don't like always blaming Europeans. I can't blame them, brother. And we keep pointing the fingers. Most of these so-called black movements, we're pointing fingers at like it's them. It's not necessarily them. They just planted the seed, and that's it.
Yeah, but who controls the media?
Again, if we, this is media right here. If we understood again who we truly are, no matter if it's the TV, radio, if the right people are in your cipher, and or around you, you will get this information. Again, the wrong people are all in the right places, and the thing is that, again, if they're not speaking about the declarations of rights of a child, declaration of human rights, they're agents, man. Let's be real, they're agents. They have to, and if they don't know, they should go to somebody who do know. I mean, I've been doing this for 14 years, but I've been conscious all my life. But the thing is that I've ran across some people, and I'm gonna leave them nameless, because I've heard a lot of stuff about how someone was saying, well, the people are not ready. You hear them say that or some of them getting their pockets lined. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of stuff in this, man. It's trip. This thing is not easy.
So is there somewhere I can go to, like say an institution here in LA, for example? Do you know of anywhere?
I don't
here
even know,
just
brother.
yet?
I couldn't even tell you here. I'm trying to establish that. So if somebody's out there that's listening right now, we trying to establish that I'm a new jack to the West Coast. So
I've been out here 30 years, and I haven't run across an institution yet that teaches what you're just talking about.
Well, you're gonna get taught about slavery, though.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna get taught about that.
A lot of that.
But we trying to, maybe somebody that may be listening right now, hit us up 562-213-9644. You're listening to the Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio in Lakewood, California, my new home.
Yes, sir.
So hit me up. Again, I'm going to put this out there. I'm on Facebook, also Sabir Bey. And also the website is Sabir Bey Productions. I do have a couple of videos that I've done on the SabirBeyProductions.com. Like I said, hit us up, get at us, man, because we're trying to fix this problem. It's not hard, but we got to fix it. You got something you want to share with me, bro?
Yeah, I just want to put this out there real quick.
Yeah.
If you're listening and want to be a part of the Urban Soul Radio Network, sign up, become a member. It is free. You can put your pictures, videos, events, everything, and you can sign up right there on the website.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well, I'll be doing that tonight.
Yeah, are you artists who dropping singles or dropping your video? You sign up and drop it on there and tell your friends.
Wow. Well, let's get into this
Creating
next
a whole
track
new
right
network.
here. And this is for all my young soldiers and my sisters out here and my people to never, ever give up. We'll be right back. Listen to Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio. Where we at?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Ready?
Gather round, gather round. Metaphysical
question is, are you down? You can never give up. You can never give up. You can never give up. We should never give up. You can never give up. You can never give up. You should never give up. You can never give up. We can never give up. Look, KRS-One, I learned already. Everything they doing is temporary. No matter how big you live, you still the creation of a music executive. And when you get old, no matter what you did, they throw you away and they pimp your kid. Yeah, kids on the TV wallet. You know why we got racial profiling? Cause you keep buying hoes. Simple and plain. You keep buying hoes. All y'all know my name, so there in the future we'll look back, and then we will see we were under attack. But it'll be too late, but also be too great. You'll see, just wait. You should never give up. You can never give up. You should never give up. We can never give up. You should never give up. You can never give up. You should never give up. We can never give up. You should never give up. Come on. You can see how they shutting out KRS-One, cause I'm not sexy, thuggin' or dumb. Ask yourself, why they only promote criminal activity and nothing else on the videos and on the radio, teaching our kids which way to go and the way that they tell our kids to go. If you listen, it's right straight to prison while you keep buying hoes. Simple and plain, you keep buying hoes. Y'all better beat the game. You got to release that temptation. Get a brand new affirmation. Your life is what you make on. Peace, salam alaikum. You should never give up. You can never give up. You should never give up. We can never give up. You should never give up. You can never give up. You should never give up. We can never give up. You should never give up.
Money, M-O-N-E-Y. Money, M-O-N-E-Y.
M-O-N-E-Y, what you need to just get by. Money, honey, ain't it funny? Money, people wanna die. It seems without money, people cry, people will lie. You cannot deny, without money, you can't apply for anything that catches your eye. I wonder why, the root of all evil, let me teach you, now who am I? The MC, teaching my people, don't live that lie. You got to get money, but don't let money get you die. I can break it down like whatever you want. Whatever you spend your money on strong, yo, that's what you want. Spend your money on these honeys, yo, if that's what you want. Spend your money on attorneys if you're going to court. If I look around your neck, I can see what you bought. What you think, you get respect? No, you taking the short. Yo, you need the money, of course, you need it to live.
Yo, what you put your money on, Chris?
Yo, right on my kids.
M-O-N-E-Y. Don't ask why. It is the root of all evil, though very necessary to your livelihood. It's all good when you've got enough, till enough ain't enough, and you hit upon rough times. You make your money and I'll make mine. Mine.
Cal, we need a
M-O-N-E-Y.
Don't get me wrong, mistaking this song like money is not important. Yes, it is, just be strong. It's the reason for the thieving and that war going on. It's the reason that you see all these girls in the thong. It's the reason that the radio's on. It's the reason that you believe in you gotta work from sun up till dawn. It's the cravings that connect you to that money you making. Your desire is the fire, got you feeling you slaving. Free yourself. Money doesn't make you the man. Be yourself. A man gets his money in grants. Okay, I'ma get this money really all day, but not to the point where I'm going the wrong way. I'ma put my money down on rides and all that. Hook up the house so me and my spouse can fall back. Invest in my knowledge way beyond college. Write books and fly hooks in my cottage. Cheese, Chris bling blingin', yo please. Money is an energy that gets what I need. I can understand them cats that rap flossing and frontin'. It's all good, they from the hood never had nothing. They just got their
money and everything sunny. Hear what I'm saying? They playing boy and looking for bunnies.
Then we floss what we bought, forgetting that sharing is what we've been taught. Cause this here getting money is an individual sport. Money can get me in to the same places where years ago my bros and sisters with black skin were confined to the back door and the kitchen.
Last verse, with your cash purse. Reach into your wallet, nothing a lot of that hurts. Breath stinking, you're thinking but can't afford certs. Need $1 and baby hollering now work. I don't know how you gonna get the dough. You could become educated, you could become a hoe. You could do both, that's like putting butter on toast. The bread is the knowledge, butter is what gets you there close.
Money is funny, how a piece of paper can make or break your very existence. Quick as it come, quick as it go, you better know about the ebb and the flow. You get money in droves, trick it on cars and blow, throw dollars at black queens, cause for the dough they'll strip their clothes. And for the right amount of money, a king will pimp his queen into being a hoe on a stroll. Life will always be hard when you choose to make money.
Your God. That was MC Light, y'all. See what I'm saying? I told you.
She's one of my favorite,
I'm
to
trying
be quite
tell
honest
y'all,
with
boy,
you.
Listen, bro.
She's probably one of my favorites.
I'm trying to tell y'all the fire that I'm going to bring here is stuff that everything that I do on my shows can coincide with what I'm talking about. The music is going to coincide with the conversation. Because if you listen, like when the first song that went off, when Karis once said, the reason why we have racial profiling is because you keep buying hoes. Let me explain to everybody what he's talking about. It's these rap artists, it's these people on TV, it's your politicians, it's all of them. That's what he's saying. The reason why we have these problems that we have is because you keep putting money into these people.
Hoes doesn't necessarily mean prostitute. Hoes is who? Explain just so. Who's exactly?
It's politicians.
It's
the
okay. I
hip-hop
got you.
artists that's on TV that's pimping our people. If you listen, like you said, if you listen to them, it's sending our children straight to prison. It's the stuff that we're playing, the music, all of this, the TV shows, the reality shows, all the stuff that you see on TV. That's what he's talking about because you easily can be bought. That's one thing that I big ups to Africa Bambaataa because he said you can never ever get him. You know, it was so funny. I'm gonna tell you a story before we get back into this question. You know, Sinach just texted to me. I remember they was trying to get Bambaataa to do a movie, and he said if it's not going to be like the Lord of the Rings, he's not going to do it. And he said, matter of fact, it have to have Dr. York and Minister Farrakhan in it. That's what he said. You know that was going. They was trying to give him a star on the Walk of Fame. And he turned it down. He said, "For what? So you can walk? Like walk on me? You gonna walk up and down Hollywood? But that's hood, you know? No, dude. This is what he's saying about buying hoes. This is why we have all the problems that we have now. We looking at this right. So now every time we dress a certain way, what do? They automatically look at you as what?
A sellout.
No. I'm talking about a criminal. I'm talking about the cops. That's the profiling right there. You want to stop the profiling? Change the image. If you don't like what you're wearing, change your clothes. You don't like what you're reading, read a different book. So this is what happens. The European or the establishment does not care about you having guns. Let me say that again. They don't care about you having guns because they know exactly where you're going. Pick up a real book and then have a book in your hand. They're more threatened about you having a book in your hand that says something. You see what I'm saying? So change that. And this is what Chris was saying. MC Light and Karis One, Money. That track was so hot, and that track's been out years ago. I would probably say 7 years ago. And when he ran through, he said, well, how we would pimp our queens, how we would do certain things. And then I'm like, wow, you know. He said, what you spend your money? I spend my money on my kids. That's what he said.
You know, I noticed, too, being out here on the West Coast, being from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that the musical demographic is completely different. And you won't hear, because I'd never heard any of those tracks, and I'm a fan of KRS and MC.
You got to be around Chris, brother. Get those things, man. I'm trying to tell you.
But I'm saying you won't hear any of that material on the waves out here.
Well, it depends. I need somebody like me on the waves. That's why.
Or let's say we haven't heard it yet.
Yeah,
until today.
Yeah, so you need me on there. So let me go back to this again. Hit us up in the studios again. Man, what is it? 562-213-9644. It's your man Sabir Bey in Urban Soul Radio. Actually, the show is called the Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio. You know what I mean? So wow, you know, this is our first time if you're just joining in. But hit us up and tell us what you think about the show Also, brother, turn your phones off when you in here, man. What is wrong with you? Turn if it a sound on the door. Turn phones off. Actually, let me go back to this question. It says, why do black people in the States disconnect themselves from being indigenous if they are the first ones, the first people? Then how can they not? It says, where's it at? Okay, it's kind of small. Okay, then how can not be indigenous people regardless? Okay, I may have messed it up a little bit, but I know it's basically what Sinasha is trying to say, but I said it earlier. The reason why they're not is because we don't think that we're home. We don't think that we're home. We're thinking we all came from Africa. So if I can disconnect you from your land and you thinking you coming from somewhere else, hey, you ain't gonna claim it. But we do have people that's out here that is teaching us. I mean, we do have people that's teaching us. I'm myself one. He's had a lot of great brothers, great scholars that is teaching about our people being here, and it's coming because Noble Drew Ali said it will be the third and fourth generation coming in with their eyes wide open, and we are the third and fourth generation from 1920s. So we are, yeah. So I mean, come on, man, that's prophecy.
You're God, 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 God.
You heard that? You're God, 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 God.
You queued that up, didn't you?
Yeah, boy. See how the universe works? You're God. Stop making money. You're God. But yeah, like I said, man, the reason why these things are happening is because all the wrong people are in the right places, man.
That's true.
I mean, you just had a discussion with me about a hospital, and it's like these people come here because, again, they know who they are. This is why they take advantage of a lot of stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, number one, they have a nation. Nations deal with nations. See what I'm saying? Like generals deal with generals. What would you deal with black people? Where's your nation at? Where's your representative of your nation? There is no black nation existing out here.
Right.
There's no black flag out here flying around out here, except the one that's on a can of Raid. I mean, let's be real. It's not there, so it's not too bad. It's that we need to wake up, man. We in the 21st century. We in the information age. This, like I said, it's not against the law to think yet.
Right.
Think, people. The information is here. I mean, you can go on RV Bay Publications. Go to RV Bay Publications. Get some information. Hit me up on Facebook. You know, punch in just Moore's period. I mean, but you can't be misled with a lot of this stuff neither. But, you know, the information is here. You know, we're going to be giving you this information on the radio. So it's like, just reach out to me. You know, like I said, I'm on Facebook, Sabir Bey, Sabir, last name Bey. Sabir Bey. It's not a last name. It's actually a title. So, yeah, let me get that right. We deal with titles, not names. Europeans have names. Christians have names. But there's a title. It's on Facebook, the website, Sabir Bey Productions. Hopefully, if anybody's listening, I would like to do some classes. We're looking for a place right now to do classes at, you know what I mean? So we can really give this information to our people and say, they can't say that, you know, we're you know, holding it in and hiding it from people. So we're trying to get it to people.
Oh, okay.
So this is what we're trying to do here. You know, so I want to go into this next track. I just want people to listen to this track. But it's, like, again, 2 hours go so fast.
It does.
It goes so fast. But this is by my man Lupe Fiasco. I want y'all to listen up.
Lupe.
What?
I like him.
You know what? This is one brother I'm actually, and you know, we almost connecting, but it's like we got to connect. You know what I mean? Because they was really trying to not let this brother's show CD come out. They told him it was too radical. You know what I mean? They would say, no, dude, it was too radical. But I want people to sit back and listen closely to what Lupe was saying in this track, and then we're going to build on that. It's called The Show. Peace. We right back listening to Sabir Bey Show on Urban Soul Radio. Peace.
Lay. Sir. Yeah.
Kayla's in the building, nigga.
Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when you come to the show. What's up? Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the thunder? Just remember when you come to the show goes on. Have you ever
like a slave. Put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through they teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they ass. See, that's how that Chi-Town made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on all right. Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on.
One in the air for the people ain't here. Two in the air for the father that's there. Three in the air for the kids in the ghetto. Four for the kids that don't wanna be there. None for the niggas trying to hold him back. Five in the air for the teacher not scared to tell those kids that's living in the ghetto that the niggas holding back that the world is theirs. Yeah, the world is yours. I was once that little boy, terrified of the world. Now I'm on a world tour. I will give up everything, even start a world war for these ghetto girls and boys I'm rapping around the world for. Africa to New York, Haiti then I detour. Oakland out to Oakland, Gaza Strip to Detroit. Say hip hop only destroy. Tell them look at me, boy. I hope your son don't have a gun and never be a D-boy.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on all right. Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up.
So no matter what you've been through, no matter what you into, no matter what you see, when you look outside your window, brown grass or green grass, picket fence or barbed wire, never ever put them down. You just lift your arms higher, raise them till your arms tired. Let them know you there, that you struggling, surviving, that you gon' persevere. Yeah, ain't nobody leaving, nobody going home. Even if they turn the lights out, the show is going on. Alright.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so strong. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on all right. Already the show goes on all night till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on.
The show must go on. Tell me what. Yo, that track was fire, y'all. He said none for the people trying to hold them back. And I keep telling y'all, I don't think LA ready. I don't think they ready, Dre, man. I don't think they ready for this, man. Well, I don't think they ready now. I don't know, man. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, it's unfortunate though.
We need.
I think there's a lot of education that needs to be needs to be brought to the public. And people need to read, like you said. They need to read and not just go by word of mouth all the time.
Exactly, and sometimes it's like they really think some of these artists is not saying any. It's like they think they all dumb. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This is why you had the incident with in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because that's what this is how they look at you. You know what I mean? But a guy like Lupe, they'll try to say, "Oh no, we need to stay away from him." But you gotta understand his upbringing. You know what I mean? You gotta understand his background. His father. His father was a Muslim. You know what I mean? You gotta understand his background. There's something about Islam that makes you stand upright. You know what I mean? It's something about that. You know what I mean?
Here's my question: because we purchase, we have a large purchasing power. Mm-hmm. We spend billions of dollars on consumer products over in a year, particularly music.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a lot of rich, I would say, and I'm assuming, artists out there to where you would think that a couple of the conscious ones would pull their assets together, form their own distribution, and we distribute our own product. I mean, we're the artist of which they make those billions of dollars off of. So why are we settling for these criminals, these devils out here, to put our art out when we should be financing ourselves by now.
But
Because we don't stick together.
But that's education. Again, that's knowledge. See, this is what I love about what Noble Drew Ali brought. He brought principles and morals. What we have to do, and when I say that, you can turn to the person that's next to you and ask them what principles do they stand on, and see what they say. Just do that. This is turn to the person that's next to you, or when we get off the air, just go ask them what principles or do you stand on. Hold up. One thing that Noble Drew Ali brought, he said 5 principles he brought, and you can ask any more that is conscious is love, truth, peace, freedom, justice.
Yeah, but we still had love there prior to Noble Drew
I understand
Ali's
that.
advent. We just may have been following a different path.
That's true. But again, right now, we're talking about now, I understand we did, but something happened along the line, but he brought it back again. What I'm saying to you, we need to bring those same principles back again, and maybe this thing will change. Maybe we can sit with them and say, yo, brother, because most people in this business think that you want something from them. You know what I mean? And again, it's like if we can sit down and have a conversation with these people and say, yo, what can we do to make this thing right? And this is why I bring this type of music, to people. Or I may talk with Bam, one of my big advisors that I talk to, and he said, yo, Sabir, we should do it this way. You know what I mean? But
well, let me not split hairs. Let me just say this. From what I know about Prophet Noble Drew Ali, because I'm a Moor, he brought us the old-time religion. And he spoon-fed us back into the highest plane of life, because 90% of us plus were Christian and illiterate. So
we gotta be careful with the illiterate part, because
they was illiterate.
No,
when
I say
weren't educated.
When I'm saying illiterate,
Let's be
because because illiterate to who stuff, because you can do something. I'll be like, I'm illiterate.
Well, to the language of the of the hemisphere.
Okay, yeah.
We ain't got but one language here, unless you're speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
And so the point is, he couldn't shotgun us.
Yes.
Back into the highest plane of life, because we didn't get in this condition overnight.
Yeah.
But we still had virtues and morals that kept us alive in captivity. See, we're a moral people outright. We're a peaceful people. That's why we're so gullible to the stuff that's put in front of us.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is so true. Wow. I want to play this next track, but hit us up, man. We trying to get some more callers before our time is up. We got like 9 more minutes. Wow, this time is going. Man, we're gonna do this, man. We're gonna do this again. Time. It's time is an illusion, brother. It's really an illusion. But
thank you, brother Nelson, too.
Oh, no problem.
No
problem.
We're having this format.
This is the type of stuff I want people to hear, because this next track that's coming up, and I'm doing this purposely early on in the show so people can get a gist of what is getting ready to come every week. I'm going to be doing this back and forth. But this was like Nelson. It's funny because Nelson said, "What'd you tell me a couple days ago?" He said, "Sabir, could you get a show together before Friday?" I think it was what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? Yeah. He's like, "Could you get a show together before Friday?" I'm like, "Okay, let me try to get this together now. Let me get the songs in, the comment, because usually I'll be on point with it. It's like, okay, let's make it happen." But I did it. This is why we playing these tracks.
There's enough subject matter to talk about.
Oh, it'll be on the air forever.
Yeah, man. So we're going to get it done, man. Like I said, this was like a last minute. We just try to get it done. But I'm just giving y'all a little warm up to what's getting ready to come on the show. But this next track is by my man Nas, "We're Not Alone."
Ooh.
Might be the first time a lot of y'all heard this, but pay attention when he said he studied the works of Ivan Van Sertima. Now I'm his hood interpreter.
Didn't Nas just get banned from something?
From some, I don't know.
Yes, he. Let me look it up. He got banned from something just recently. I'm gonna see if I can find it while you're playing. I know. While you're playing the song, I'm gonna see if I can find
Tyrese did too. Tyrese got banned from a place in Delaware when he said, "Why y'all got liquor stores near the school?"
Hello.
You know what I mean? So yeah, he got banned. So it's like, are you going to stop? No, keep going. We just got to back them type of people, because the truth is coming out. I mean, I was with Eddie Griffin one time. He told me he know his career is over because he's speaking the truth. You know what I mean? So it's that we are in that age now, man. We're in that age that this information has to come out. And they're going to try their best to try to block it. You know what I mean? So sit back, listen to this track. It's called "We're Not Alone."
future. There's a message for tomorrow. Everything connects to you. Some say soon it will be over. You can see it in the weather. Out of tune with Mama Nature. What you do comes back to you. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone.
Confucius, Sigmund Freud, and Farah Muhammad is an evolution of God. Searching for the truth is a threat. Seems the closer we get to the truth, state troopers of feds come out to silence you. My house in Malibu probably tapped, cause living next door to Demi Moore, plus I'm black. Plus I want vengeance for the poor who's attacked daily. Patriot Act never scared me. Jake in the Taurus, Sticky in the Jarvis. Niggas I'm with got warrants. America's browning. 20 years from now, every town will be brown in Latin. An African looking Manhattan. I'ma tell you what I seen with my 3 eyes. Word to me, not a hoax back in 99. A spacecraft in the skyline. In LA in daytime, axe horse if I'm lying.
Every mother, every father, raise your sons and your daughters with respect and with honor. From the seed comes the fruit. It's an unbroken circle. All of life is universal, and we're all in the struggle. If I know one thing is true, we're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone.
Evidence remains in debate. Documents of our own Air Force base. Additional terrestrial information. Other planets with life population. My observation. Scientists study pictures of a flying disc. Right on Earth, anthropologists are finding shit. Visitors probably live with us. They can mimic us. It's sort of what we're seeing in the cinemas.
Take a look in the mirror and see the bigger picture. It's good to be alive. It's good to be alive. Nobody is an island. We are part of an environment. Only way we gon' survive is if we harmonize. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone.
Reginald Lewis, the black billionaire before Oprah, Bob Johnson. How'd he disappear? Conspiracy theories, UFOs in the air. I seen it with my own 2 eyes, and I swear like Warren Buffett. Real money, I'm just trying to touch it. The diamond encrusted shit live illustrious, cause we was deprived of it. Stuff it, now we pop to prove anything's possible. My pimp strut was invented when they whipped us. Now we diddy bop just to show you that our strength's up. Just when niggas about to see they cut, global warming about to burn us up. Niggas never really seen paper in this world. American black's the teenager of this world. Give us 20 more years to grow up, already geniuses. What I mean is this: I used to worship a certain Queens police murderer till I read the words of Ivan Van Sertima. He inserted something in me that made me feel worthier. Now I spit revolution, I'm his hood interpreter.
Take a look in the mirror and see the bigger picture.
Wow. Nah, I said we're not alone. Did y'all hear that last part when he said he started studying the works of Ivan Van Sertima, and now I'm his hood interpreter. Come on, man. The music is there, man. Come on, man.
Didn't Ivan Van Sertima write the book about the golden age of the Moors, I believe?
The Moors and early in Africa. He did a lot of this stuff. You know, a lot of stuff. Wow. Who to say something about the Art of Rap movie? Well, the Art of Rap music, we ain't got time for that. We got like 3 more minutes to talk about that one. But I do have a movie out. Actually, it's called the Naseem's Council for Hip Hop. You know what I mean? I do have that. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about the Art of Rap. But big up to my man from Turtle Gang. Nars from Turtle Gang. We put this thing together probably like 2.5 years ago. But it's recently, you know, we just getting it out now. So it's called the Naseem's Council for Hip Hop. It has Grandmaster Flash, Bam Bada, Kool Herc, the whole 9. The whole crew on this. Actually, the origins of hip hop. Like I said, this is the Sabir Bey Show. This is the first time we're doing this. I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you, Urban Soul Radio, Brother Nelson, for doing this.
Very much
and we
welcome.
will be back next week.
Yep.
Prepared, man. So, you know, get your stuff ready. Get your questions ready. Any kind of lectures, speaking engagements, I am here. Hit me up on Facebook under Sabir Bey, Sabir. or you can email me at civalalertworld@yahoo.com. I also do promoting. If you need your stuff promoted and pushed, get at me. I'm going to tell you, because the show is going to be off the hook. And please support Urban Soul Radio.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and go ahead and join up on that network.
Yes,
you know,
in that network,
yeah,
man.
exactly. Join up on the network. Submit your music. You can go right online to submit your music. Go to the radio station, www.urbansoulradio.fm, because I know a lot of you are listening from iTunes. Excuse me. So, most definitely, guys, get it in.
Yeah, we got some more artists, man. I got my sister Amaris. I wanted to play her, but we're gonna get that, played. We have a whole lot of Ciroc, man. I want to play. We got a whole lot of people. Yeah, man. We got a whole lot of people. I wanted to get it in, man. So, again, we'll be back. This is not the last. Your man Sabir Bey on Urban Soul Radio. I'm gonna close out with my man's last song from Philadelphia. Again, we came in with it, and we're gonna go out with it. It's called High Beams. Peace to everybody. Till next week.
Peace.